Hello everyone, my name is Kartika Sari Damayani with student ID 2702363102 from class LB66 from group Unilever. In this video, I will talk about what I have learned so far in the Multinational Corporation Global Strategy and Social Responsibility class taught by Dr. Rasana Aji Afendi, SAMM. Unilever was formed from the merger of the companies Lever Brothers from the UK and Margarine Uni from the Netherlands. Lever Brothers, founded in 1885, produced Sunlight soap with the aim of not only doing business but also improving public hygiene. Meanwhile, Margarine Uni was established in 1927 to produce affordable margarine as a nutritional solution for the European market. Since both companies rely on vegetable oil as their main raw material, they decided to merge in 1930 to improve production efficiency and secure global supply chains. After the merger, Unilever expanded internationally to secure raw material, enter new markets, and reduce its dependence on Europe. The expansion was carried out through acquisition, partnership with local producers, and direct investment, including the establishment of factory in Indonesia in 1933. Today, Unilever is one of the largest consumer goods companies in the world, with products sold in over 190 countries. Unilever's operation in Indonesia, China, and South Korea highlight the interplay between global strategies and local market dynamics. Using Porter's 5 Forces, this analysis examines how geopolitical factors, state intervention, and socio-cultural preference shape Unilever's competitive landscape. In developing economies, this force is influenced by market dynamics, government policies, and digital infrastructure disparities. The analysis focuses on how Unilever adapt its strategy in these key markets, balancing global competition with local economic and political conditions. Indonesia, China, and South Korea all play a significant role in Unilever business expansion in the Asian region, but all faces distinct dynamics according to condition in the region, with South Korea being the least competitive, China being moderately competitive, and Indonesia as most competitive. For this case, I will focus on Unilever's expansion strategy in China. This analysis will cover several key aspects. First, I will briefly explain Unilever expansion motives and analyze them using the OLI paradigm, including both tangible and intangible factors. Next, I will apply the global production network framework to examine regional assets and the relationship between the home and host countries. Then I will link the demand dynamics in China with the diamond theory, focusing on the demand condition and the factors shaping local demand. At the macro level, Porter's 5 Forces will be used to assess Unilever's position among 3 major competitors in China's market. Finally, the business model canvas will be presented as a solution to address the challenges identified throughout the analysis. First, let's discuss the main reason Unilever decided to expand into China. The company has actually been present in China since 1923 when its founders Unilever came to Shanghai directly to build the largest soap factory in East Asia at that time. It was known as China Soap Co. Ltd. Large-scale expansion did not occur until 1986. However, when Unilever became the first multinational company to officially enter the Chinese market after the country implemented its reform and economic openness policies. Unilever's motivation for expanding can be divided into 2 categories: market-seeking and efficiency-seeking. For a market-seeking perspective, China is the world's largest consumer market with a population of over 1.4 billion people. The rapid growth of the middle class has also created high demand for premium products. It means one of Unilever's core strengths. From an efficiency-seeking perspective, Unilever identified opportunities to enhance production efficiency and reduce operational expenses in China, particularly when it initially entered the market in 1980s. Low labor costs, adequate infrastructure, and rapid industrial technological development made production and distribution processes significantly more efficient. Analyzing this further using John Dunning-Oley paradigm help us understand why China is such strategic location for Unilever. First, in terms of ownership, Unilever has a strong global brand portfolio that includes Dove, Lipton, Knorr, and Vaseline. In China, Unilever operates 8 production plants and 26 logistics centers, employing over 90% local workers. Some of Unilever Chinese plants have been recognized as lighthouse factories by the World Economic Forum due to their high-level automation and use of AI technology. In terms of location, Unilever leveraged its strategic location across various regions in China. For instance, the Hefei factory in Anhui is the eastern region, offering abundant transportation access, raw material, and low-cost labor. Meanwhile, the Guangzhou factory is integrated with the Greater Bay Area to support export activities and distribution to global markets. All these facilities are also designed with green factory principles and utilize renewable energy to reduce carbon emissions. From an internalization perspective, Unilever has chosen to fully internalize production and distribution processes rather than relying on third parties. This approach enables quality control, protects technology and innovation, and ensures consistency in global standard. Through the One Unilever Plan strategy, the company ensures consistency in product formulas, packaging, and marketing approaches. The China for China initiative, meanwhile, enables the development of products tailored to the preference of local Chinese consumers. Second one is global production network. Furthermore, the perspective of a global production network, Unilever demonstrates how multinational companies can leverage regional assets to support global production and distribution strategies. Under the Global Production Network or GPN framework, Unilever's operation in China clearly reflect the relationship between its home country, the UK and the Netherlands, and its host country is China. First, production localization in China allows Unilever to meet local market demands. However, the production technology, design, and global quality standard are still controlled by the headquarters in the home country. This shows how China's regional assets are developed but still closely linked to the home base. Second, Unilever chooses to strengthen intra-firm coordination rather than depending on local Chinese suppliers. This strategy is designed to maintain product quality and protect its global brand reputation, a value strongly guarded by its home country. Third, Unilever integrates digital platform and real-time supply chain data between China and the global network. This means that while production and sales happen in China, the data flows back to the headquarters, ensuring the decision in the host country are aligned with global corporate strategies. Fourth, Unilever does not only produce for the Chinese domestic market. China also serves as a regional export hub to the other Asian countries. This expands China's role beyond a local market base and integrates it into the global value chain designed by the home country. Finally, by keeping key production and technology process internal, Unilever minimizes external risks in China, such as supply chain disruption or policy change that could negatively affect its global operation and reputation. In summary, Unilever not only integrates China as a production hub to meet domestic market needs, but also as an export hub to other Asian countries. Local production allows for quick response to dynamic change in China consumer preference. Unlike the automotive or electronic industries, which tend to extensively outsource, Unilever chooses to maintain full control over its production processes. The company also uses real-time data technology to connect production, distribution, and marketing activities across China. This minimizes this risk posed by dependence on local suppliers or changes in government policy. These strategies exemplify how the GPN approach assists companies like Unilever in developing resilient and flexible production and distribution system in international market. Next, I will link the dynamic of demand in the Chinese market to Michael Porter's diamond theory, focusing on the factor and demand condition. China has significant advantage in terms of factor condition, including a large supply of skilled labor, advanced manufacturing infrastructure, and government support for industrial development. In 2024, China's total industrial output surpassed 40 trillion yuan, marking its 15th consecutive year as the world's largest manufacturing economy. However, the most intriguing aspect is demand condition. China's growing middle class is driving significant demand for personal care, wellness, and premium products. Unilever has responded by launching specialized products like Vaseline Proderma, which contain active ingredients such as hyaluronic acid and niacinamide. This product now accounts for 20% of Vaseline's total sales in China. Supporting industries such as those supplying raw materials, packaging, and logistics are growing rapidly in China, giving Unilever high flexibility in its supply chain. Conversely, competition with local and international rivals such as COFCO, P&G, and Nestle is compelling Unilever to innovate continuously, particularly in the e-commerce sectors, now the primary battleground. After analyzing the macro aspect, I will now use Porter's 5 forces to understand Unilever's competitive position in the Chinese market at the micro level. First, the threat of new entrants to this market is moderate. While there are many new brands, Unilever brand's strength and operational scale are difficult to match in the short term. However, local companies supported by the government could pose a threat in certain product categories. Second, supplier bargaining power is relatively low to moderate. Unilever's large purchasing scale enables the company to negotiate lower prices. However, for certain specialized raw material sourced locally in China, supplier bargaining power may increase. Third, consumer bargaining power in China is very high. Consumers in major cities like Beijing and Shanghai have access to numerous product alternatives, both local and global, especially through e-commerce. Fourth, the threat of substitute products is high. Local production made from natural herbs are in high demand, forcing imported products such as those from Unilever to adapt. Finally, competition among companies is intense. Unilever must compete with P&G in personal care, Nestle in food and beverage, and COFCO in the staple food sector. This rivalry demands significant investment in research, marketing, and continuous product development. Unilever faced intense competition in China from COFCO and P&G. COFCO, China's largest state-owned food and agriculture company, dominates the food and beverage sector with an integrated domestic supply chain that encompasses procurement, storage, logistics, and processing in trade. As the end of 2024, COFCO had total assets of 700 billion RMB and revenue of 635 billion RMB. Its distribution network covered over 90% of Chinese cities and 4 million retail outlets, including those in remote areas. Meanwhile, P&G is a major competitor in the personal care, beauty, and home care markets. The company has a broad brand portfolio and employs aggressive marketing strategies. Headquartered in Guangzhou, P&G has various facilities including R&D centers and digital innovation hub. The company employs over 8,000 people in China. The company excels in the home care category with brands like Downy, Tide, and Safeguard, and focuses on sustainable product innovation. Although it experienced a decline of around 50% in the fabric care category, due to economic pressures, e-commerce sales account for 35% of P&G total sales in China, supported by omni-channel strategy and digital supply chain system. To address this challenge, I propose using the business model canvas as a framework for developing Unilever business strategy in China. In terms of value proposition, Unilever offers high-quality, safe, and environmentally friendly products that align with the preference of your urban Chinese consumer, making it a valuable proposition. This aligns with the government's Beautiful China agenda. In terms of value creation, Unilever relies on local research and development or R&D capabilities, partnership with supplier and e-commerce platform, and skilled local labor. Technological innovation and green manufacturing are also key elements. To deliver value, the company uses an omni-channel distribution network through Alibaba and JD.com, as well as cycle stores in major cities to quickly and effectively reach consumer. The last one is value capture. To capture value, Unilever is generating revenue from sustainable product lines and expect long-term cost saving through energy efficiency, waste management, and the use of renewable raw material. Overall, Unilever business model combines environmental sustainability, local product innovation, and operational efficiency, keeping the company competitive in China's highly dynamic market. In closing, I would like to emphasize that Unilever's success in China stems from its ability to combine global strengths, such as technology brands and R&D, with locally adapted production, marketing, and product development strategies that cater to the needs of China's consumer. This approach takes into account macro factors such as national infrastructure and consumer demands, as well as micro factors such as intensity of industry competition. It enables Unilever to not only survive but also thrive in one of the world's most competitive FMCG markets. As point for discussion, I would like to ask one question. Considering the intense competition from COFCO in the food and beverage sector and P&G in the personal and home care markets, as well as the growing consumer trends in China that emphasize sustainability and digital engagement, which strategy do you think is the most crucial for Unilever to prioritize in order to maintain long-term competitiveness in the Chinese market? Should the focus be on product innovation, strengthening local partnership, digital transformation, or a particular combination of this, and why? So this is the end of my presentation. I sincerely thank you for your time and attention. Bye bye.